They say quarterbacks are supposed to play it safe, stand in the pocket, make the simple throws. That was before Lamar Jackson.
Lamar, action, Jackson. Lamar Jackson.
To Lamar Jackson.
37 touchdowns, nearly 4,000 passing yards, a passer rating of 120.6, and that's just through the air. On the ground, he's leaving defenders grasping at shadows, making elite athletes look like they're playing in slow motion. But here's what makes this story different. Back in 2018, they said he should switch to wide receiver, said he couldn't make it as an NFL quarterback.
But he has to buy in. That's the thing I think.
I don't know that he has to buy in.
As a receiver.
Right.
This is like a second round. As a receiver talent, that might be
second round quarterback.
A second round quarterback.
Who, if he doesn't get it done as a quarterback, moves to wide receiver. But he's got to be all in on the wide receiver transition.
Now, he's not just proving them wrong, he's making them look foolish. In 2024, while most quarterbacks are trying to survive in the pocket, Lamar Jackson is thriving everywhere else. This isn't just a quarterback having a great season. This is a revolution, and it's happening right before our eyes. This is how one player is changing the face of football, one impossible play at a time. So hit that subscribe button faster than Lamar hits the gap. You won't want to miss what's next. From the streets of Pompano Beach, Florida, to the bright lights of the NFL, Lamar Jackson's path was anything but traditional. Growing up in the 30-30-60, life wasn't easy. His mother, Felicia Jones, wasn't just his biggest supporter. She was his first coach, his mentor, the one who saw something in him that others would take years to recognize. While other kids were playing video games, 8-year-old Lamar was learning footwork drills in his backyard. His mom would push him through workouts that would make high school players quit. But Lamar, he just kept asking for more. At Boynton Beach High School, he didn't just play football, he redefined it. Defensive coordinators lost sleep trying to figure out how to stop him. They couldn't. 4,000 passing yards, 1,000 rushing yards. And that was just his senior year. But college scouts, they weren't sold. 3-star recruit, they called him, said his style wouldn't translate to the next level. Then came Louisville. In his sophomore year, he didn't just prove doubters wrong, he left them speechless. 51 total touchdowns, over 5,000 total yards. The youngest player ever to win the Heisman Trophy. But even with the trophy case full of accolades, the whispers continued. NFL scouts showed up to his pro day with wide receiver drills prepared. Teams questioned whether he could be a real quarterback. At the pro level, 27 teams passed on him, some twice. The Baltimore Ravens saw something different. With the last pick of the first round, they didn't just draft a quarterback, they drafted a revolution. But that rookie season, that was just the beginning. When Joe Flacco went down with an injury, Jackson stepped in and turned the Ravens' 4-5 record into a playoff berth. The league wasn't ready for what came next. In 2019, Lamar Jackson didn't just silence critics, he shattered records and redefined what was possible at the quarterback position. Week 1 against Miami set the tone. Perfect passer rating, 5 touchdowns, 324 yards through the air. And after the game, he just smirked and said,
"Not bad for a running back."
That quote became more than just a clever comeback. It became a battle cry.
Should I say it? Huh? Marshall? It's not bad for a running back.
The league had never seen anything like it against the Cardinals in Week 2. He racked up 272 passing yards and 120 rushing yards. Week 3 against the Chiefs, another 3 touchdowns. By Week 9 against the Patriots, the league's best defense, he put up 224 total yards and 3 touchdowns, making the NFL's most sophisticated defense look lost. He was breaking ankles in the open field, throwing dimes from the pocket, and making defensive coordinators look like they were coaching Pop Warner. The Ravens weren't just winning, they were demolishing teams. Remember that Monday night game against the Rams? 5 touchdowns in just 3 quarters.
Lamar with 5 touchdown passes. Willie Snead.
By mid-season, teams weren't just losing to Lamar, they were getting embarrassed. The Ravens set a franchise record with 12 straight wins, averaging 35.1 points per game during that streak. That year, he threw for 3,127 yards and 36 touchdowns, added another 1,206 yards on the ground, the most ever by a quarterback, breaking Michael Vick's record. His total of 43 touchdowns led the league. MVP? It wasn't even close.
The 2023 AP Most Valuable Player presented by Invisalign is Lamar Jackson.
He became just the second unanimous MVP in NFL history, joining Tom Brady in that elite club.
So congratulations to this year's most valuable player, Lamar Jackson.
At just 22 years old, he was also the youngest quarterback to ever win the award. But success brought new challenges. Defensive coordinators spent entire offseason studying his every move. Teams started building their entire game plans around stopping him. The playoffs became a different beast. The Titans shocked Baltimore in the divisional round, and the questions started. Critics began questioning whether his style could lead to a championship, whether the Ravens could build a sustainable offense around him.
Well, I had a lot of mistakes on my behalf. 3 turnovers, that shouldn't happen. But, they came out to play. We just started off slow. You just got to do better next time. But moving forward, get ready for the offseason. Get ready for next year.
Then came the adversity. The 2020 season brought COVID challenges. 2021 saw injuries derail a promising start. 2022 ended with him sidelined, watching from the bench as the Ravens' playoff hopes slipped away. The doubt started creeping back in. Contract negotiations became a media circus. Every armchair analyst had an opinion about whether Baltimore should commit long-term to a quarterback who relied too much on his legs. 2023 changed everything. The Ravens made him the highest paid player in NFL history with a $260 million contract. The pressure was immense. Prove you're worth it. Prove you can stay healthy. Prove you can lead a team to the promised land. Lamar responded with his second MVP award, throwing for 3,678 yards and rushing for 821 more. But it was how he did it that mattered. More efficient, more calculated, combining his natural playmaking ability with veteran savvy. But 2024, this season is different. This is Lamar Jackson 2.0, a quarterback who's not just playing the game, he's mastering it. Watch his pocket presence now, first sign of pressure, manipulating safeties with his eyes. And in Baltimore's Week 5 clash with Kansas City, the whole world saw what that means. 300 yards through the air, another 100 on the ground, and a statement win against Patrick Mahomes. But it wasn't just the numbers, it was the command, the confidence, the absolute control of every aspect of the game. In crucial moments, he wasn't just making plays, he was making the right plays. The message was clear. Lamar Jackson isn't just part of the elite quarterback conversation, he's leading it. 37 touchdowns through week 16, a passer rating of 120.6, leading the league in completion percentage at 67.9%. But numbers don't tell the whole story. This season, Lamar Jackson isn't just beating defenses, he's breaking their spirit. He's got defensive coordinators tossing their playbooks in frustration. Bill Belichick, Mike Tomlin, Sean McDermott, they've all tried, and they've all failed to find an answer.
It's the type of player that's a MVP type of candidate, so I think he's more than answered him.
Remember that Week 5 showdown against Kansas City? Everyone thought Patrick Mahomes would steal the show. Instead, Lamar put on a clinic, 318 yards passing, another 103 on the ground, made the Chiefs' defense look like they were playing a different sport. Chris Jones, one of the NFL's most dominant defenders, spent more time grasping at air than getting anywhere near Jackson. Then came Cincinnati in Week 11, down by 10 in the fourth quarter, with the AFC North lead hanging in the balance. Deep plays, 80 yards, and Lamar made it look like a practice session. 80% completion rate, 3 touchdowns, including that ridiculous throw to Zay Flowers in the back of the end zone. Scary part, that wasn't even his best performance. The Ravens' offense has become a pick-your-poison nightmare for defenses. Stack the box, he'll torch you through the air. Just ask the Browns. 343 yards passing, 4 touchdowns in Week 10. Play deep, he'll take off running, making defenders look like they're stuck in quicksand. Just ask the 49ers, who watched him rush for 145 yards in what was supposed to be a defensive showdown. Double team his receivers, he'll extend plays until something breaks open, turning coverage sacks into 30-yard gains. Look at what happened against Jacksonville in Week 15. 3rd and long, pressure coming, pocket collapsing. Most quarterbacks throw it away. Lamar spins away from 2 defenders, rolls right, keeps his eyes downfield, and somehow finds Isaiah Likely between 3 defenders for a touchdown. There's no perfect defense against Lamar Jackson because he's got an answer for everything. His connection with receivers has reached another level. Zay Flowers isn't just a rookie anymore. He's becoming a star with over 800 yards receiving. Isaiah likely stepped in for injured Mark Andrews and hasn't missed a beat. Rashad Bateman, Odell Beckham Jr., Nelson Aguilar, they're not just catching passes, they're part of a system that's revolutionizing NFL offense. When plays break down, that's when Lamar's most dangerous. He's turning broken plays into highlights, turning sure losses into first downs. The Ravens are leading the league in explosive plays over 20 yards, and it's not even close. Week 16 against Pittsburgh told the whole story. 3 touchdowns, perfect throws under pressure, making the Steelers' defense one of the league's best, allowing just 19 points per game look ordinary. That franchise record-breaking touchdown pass, a laser between 2 defenders that most quarterbacks wouldn't dare attempt. TJ Watt, the NFL's sack leader, spent the entire game chasing shadows. Final score, 34-17, and it wasn't even that close. But it's not just about the spectacular plays, it's the little things, the pre-snap reads, the protection adjustments, the split-second decisions. Watch him in the pocket now. He's not just looking to run, he's manipulating safeties with his eyes, stepping up into throws, playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. His audibles at the line of scrimmage have become legendary. The Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken says he's never seen a quarterback process information faster.
You know, he's got an elite skill set. I mean, it's obvious when you watch him on film. I mean, the things he can do with the football and the plays that he makes. And I think he's underrated as a passer. Maybe I think so.
The statistics tell an incredible story, leading the league in quarterback rating, 120.6, first in touchdown passes, 37, top 3 in completion percentage, 67.9%, and he's done it all while throwing just 4 interceptions. He's on pace to become the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for over 4,000 yards and rush for over 800 in the same season. Ravens are 12-3, and it's no coincidence. They're not just winning, they're dominating. Average margin of victory, 12 points. They've scored over 30 points 8 times this season. When your quarterback can dominate through the air and on the ground, when he can turn potential disasters into touchdowns, when he can make the extraordinary look routine, that's when you know you're watching something special. Want to know how far we've come? The same people who said he couldn't be a quarterback are now studying his tape, trying to figure out how to find the next Lamar Jackson. College scouts are changing their evaluation methods. NFL teams are restructuring their offenses. But here's the truth. There is no next Lamar Jackson. He's one of one. The prototype and the finished product all at once. The Baltimore Ravens aren't just winning games. They're changing how football is played. And it all starts with the relationship between Lamar Jackson and this offense. Under offensive coordinator Todd Monken, it's not about fitting Jackson into a system anymore. The system bends to him, morphs around his abilities, and the results are undeniable. They're not just leading the league in scoring, they're redefining what an NFL offense can look like. You see it in every aspect of the game. The offensive line, anchored by Morgan Moses and Tyler Linderbaum, doesn't just block, they adapt. 1 second they're in pass protection, the next they're leading the way downfield on designed quarterback runs. They've mastered the art of improvisation because with Lamar, you never know when a standard pass play might transform into a highlight reel scramble. Watch their footwork. They've learned to mirror Jackson's movements, maintaining their blocks longer than any line in the league because they know every play is alive until the whistle. The running game has evolved too. When Justice Hill and Gus Edwards line up in the backfield, defenses can't key in on Jackson. The Ravens have mastered the art of the RPO, run-pass option, but they've taken it to another level. It's not just about reading one defender. It's about giving Lamar 3, sometimes 4 options on every play. The statistics tell the story. Leading the league in yards per carry at 5.3, and opposing defenses still can't stop it. Look at the weapons around him. Rookie sensation Zay Flowers isn't just running routes. He's playing off Lamar's creativity. 800 plus yards receiving, but it's how he's getting them that's revolutionary. When Jackson scrambles, Flowers knows exactly where to find the soft spots in the defense. That back-shoulder connection they've developed, that's come from countless hours of practice understanding each other's instincts. Watch their Week 13 game against the Chargers. 9 completions, but each one looked like they'd been running those routes together for years. Rashad Bateman stretching the field vertically. Nelson Aguilar becoming a master of the scramble drill, even when Mark Andrews went down. Isaiah likely stepped in seamlessly. Because in this offense, everyone knows their role can change in an instant. That's what makes them unpredictable. Every receiver has to be ready for anything, because with Lamar, anything is possible. In the past, teams would say, make Lamar beat us from the pocket. Now, that's a death wish. 67.9% completion rate isn't just a career high, it's proof that he's mastered the art of quarterback play. 4 interceptions all season, while attempting more passes than ever before. Think about that. A quarterback who's this explosive, this dynamic, and he's protecting the ball better than anyone in the league. His mechanics in the pocket have become textbook. Feet set, eyes downfield, perfect weight transfer on every throw. The Ravens coaching staff deserves credit too. Head coach John Harbaugh and Monken have built an offense that maximizes every aspect of Jackson's game.
You know how many little kids in this country be wearing number 8 playing quarterback for the next 20 years? I can't wait to see it when I get older, but right now I gotta get right now. It's right. That's right. Start with 1.
Those designed runs, they're not just about gaining yards. They're about keeping defenses honest, setting up those deep shots later in the game. Watch how they sequence their plays. A quarterback power run in the first quarter sets up a play-action bomb in the fourth. When you've got a quarterback who can do it all, you let him do it all. The pre-snap operation has reached new levels of sophistication. Jackson's making more calls at the line than ever before. The Ravens use more formations than any team in the league. 143 different looks through. But maybe the most impressive part? The trust. Watch the Ravens in critical situations. 4th and short, game on the line. There's no hesitation. The ball is in Lamar's hands because everyone knows, from the coaches to the water boys, he's going to make the right decision. That trust has translated into the NFL's best 4th down conversion rate at 75%. In the more, it's a movement. Every week, college and pro teams are studying Ravens film, trying to copy elements of what they do, but they're missing the key ingredient. There's only one Lamar Jackson, and the Ravens have built everything around making him unstoppable. Think about how quarterbacks were supposed to play. Stand tall in the pocket, make the safe throw, slide when pressure comes. Now watch any college game on Saturday. Count how many young quarterbacks are trying to play like Lamar Jackson. That's not imitation. That's evolution. He hasn't just changed how quarterbacks play. He's changed how teams think about the position. Remember when they said his style wasn't sustainable? That he'd get hurt? That defenses would figure him out? 5 years later, defenses are still searching for answers, and Lamar's still making them look foolish. NFL scouts are different now too. They're not just looking at arm strength and height anymore, they're looking for that special combination of skills that Lamar brought to the league. But here's the thing, you can try to find the next Lamar Jackson, but you can't replicate what makes him special. It's not just the speed or the arm talent, it's the heart, the work ethic, the burning desire to prove everyone wrong. In finding what's possible at the position, those 37 touchdowns, that 120.6 passer rating, the Ravens' 12-3 record, they're not just numbers. They're proof that sometimes the best way to play quarterback is to throw out the old rule book and write your own. And that kid from Pompano Beach, the one they said should switch positions, he's not just proving doubters wrong anymore, he's making everyone who believed in him look like a genius. The Ravens saw it. His mother saw it. And now the whole world sees it. This isn't just about one season or one player. This is about changing the game forever. Years from now, when people talk about the evolution of the quarterback position, they'll point to this season, to these moments, to Lamar Jackson. They'll remember 2024 as the year when he didn't just break records, he broke the mold. Because some players live up to the hype. Some players exceed expectations. But only a few change the game forever. And that's exactly what Lamar Jackson is doing. One impossible play at a time. If you enjoyed witnessing history with us, drop a like and join the revolution. Hit subscribe. And don't forget to check out our breakdown of Patrick Mahomes' most insane plays coming up next. Trust me, after watching Lamar cook, you won't want to miss it. I'll catch you on the next one.